Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is it. This is the season finale of season 4 of Star Trek Lower Decks, episode 10, Old Friends, New Planets. To say this season has been fantastic is a dramatic understatement. To say this series has been anything short of revolutionary for me is an understatement. I've loved every single second of it, including a mathematically perfect redemption. I've said it there, blame me. But this has been an incredible journey with all of you. Your support has meant the absolute world to me. So before we even get started, I wanted to say this so we can focus on Star Trek Lower Decks. Next week in this time slot, Star Trek Prodigy will be beginning. It will bridge our Star Trek fix from the end of Lower Decks Season 4 to the beginning of Lower Decks Season 5, which I am not calling the final season because we need to save Lower Decks. But friends, all that is then and this is now. And now I want to do two things. Like, subscribe, all of that wonderful stuff. If you could help me out, it'd be greatly appreciated. Join us on Patreon if you want anything early or in its full-length format. Stick with us on YouTube if you don't like Patreon. You get everything a day early. All that is then, though, and this is now. And now I want to tell you all specifically, you all are the crew that I fly with. You all are the people aboard the Cerritos that have made every one of these Mondays so much fun. And so what I'm saying now goes to both you, my crew, and the actual crew of the Cerritos. So everyone, grab your beverage of choice. Hopefully it is green and glowing. Lift your glasses to our wonderful crew and to yourselves for being a fantastic community, an inviting community, and somebody that, as a whole, if I'm giving the community a singular presence, somebody that I am super glad that I know. But friends, this is to you. All that is then, and this is now, and there's nothing to it but to do it. For the last time of Season 4, before the long wait, prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go.
Nick? What the hell are you doing here?
We're gonna cause some trouble together.
And why is Nick old? He shouldn't be old, right? He should be like Wesley's age, right? 13 years ago.
Yeah, it's dangerous as hell for anyone other than Nova Squadron. We're the best pilots the Academy's seen in years. Pulling it off would make us legends.
So it's 13 years ago.
Josh, are you sure? Oh, come on, Wes. Just imagine how proud Captain Picard will be when he hears what you pulled off.
Hey, Cito!
Huh.
Cito! Okay, I just got out of my first Xeno
You sound just like me when I was a first year.
If we're gonna pull this off...
So how old is Mariner?
Pull what off?
A surprise for the commencement. Don't worry about it.
What kind of surprise?
Supposedly something that will make us all legends.
Yep, I did see this one.
Nick? Am
Oh, boy.
I a prisoner here?
What? No. I saved you from those Romulans and Klingons. Beamed you right up here to the Nova 1.
Nova 1.
Even tell you how lucky I am. You're exactly who I need right now. The timing couldn't be better.
Why is that?
Barely knew you then.
Oh, come on. You were practically a junior member of Nova Squadron. We're back, but now we're Nova Fleet.
What? Okay, we're in the credits. So, the promise here is that the underlings were kind of converted to steal the ship. So it looks like only command squadron was sent down to the planet, like the captains and, first officers, I would assume, things like that. And then whoever Nick kind of reached out to took over the individual ships, creating his fleet. What is he up to, though? And then why did they say the Genesis device, which makes me think of the title, Old Friends, New Planets. We know the Genesis device is used for... Are they going to turn the planet with the electrical storms into... Because they said it was uninhabited. I don't know. Very interesting and very strange, too. I need to know Nick's reasoning for doing all this. Very curious. And 13 years ago, how old does that make Beckett then?
And now he's taken one of my officers. Now, if we move fast, we can still track his warp trajectory.
Unfortunately, there's no moving fast.
Why?
Locarno has coordinated mutinies on ships from over a dozen non-Federation planets.
They turned their backs on their worlds when they moved against their captains.
In bloodless coups. We can't be the first to open fire.
No, that does make sense.
I'm ordering both of you to stand down. Until this is sorted, we can't risk igniting a war.
How's a conglomeration like that going to work, though? There's so many varied species that there's no way that, like, the Klingons could work with the Romulans.
I can't tell you how much of a game changer it is to have a Starfleet officer join our cause. Imagine the looks on their faces.
Well, they're making him look crazy with the bags under his eyes and stuff, so.
And how exactly are we sticking it to those jumps, by the way?
Oh, don't worry. Everyone's about to find out.
Very cool. Not ominous at all.
Learn as much as you can.
How do I look?
Confident, but, you know, like in a creepy way.
Perfect. That's what I'm going for.
Captain, we're picking up a transmission. It's going out on all channels.
On screen. Mariner!
Hello, Alpha Quadrant. Independent Captain Nick Locarno here.
Independent.
He looks like Tom Paris.
I don't see it.
Scary stories of ships being destroyed these past few months, but that was a lie. They weren't destroyed. They were liberated.
Oh, boy.
They're part of the first totally independent, unaligned fleet in the Alpha Quadrant.
The Maquis would like a word.
If you're tired of risking your life...
I get that reference.
They have, like, the same face. They're identical.
No, I just don't see it.
I knew it was the same actor.
Indestructible Trinar shield.
Jeez, why is he so mad?
Why is he so mad?
He got one of his squad killed performing a banned flight maneuver, then tried to cover it up.
Clearly, his emotional behavior conflicts with his culpability.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
To try and force their way in, I've acquired a little insurance.
Genesis device.
I have an officer here who knows how to speak truth to power. Beckett, care to tell them what Starfleet's really like?
Oh, hey! This guy sucks!
What?
He's an idiot and his plan is stupid. He's gonna get you all killed because he only cares about himself!
Oh my God.
Cerritos crew, this is the captain.
Take him in, Carol.
I am about to disobey direct
go.
order and stage a rescue of Lieutenant Junior Grade Mariner. Now, I can't ask any of you to join me. If we survive, the court-martial is guaranteed.
Good, G.
I will be damned if I wait for politicians to decide her fate.
Come on, Carol.
I'm with you, Captain.
We all are.
Let me at him! Let's stop!
Yeah.
I believe the only response in this situation is Cerritos strong.
To Lynn.
Just have to figure out how the hell we're getting past that damn shield.
I think I can help with that.
Cook Tendy.
Stop her!
What is that? Is that his ship?
Cycle airlock! All right, you are my...
What are you on?
Without the Genesis device, the captains you betrayed will find a way to get through our shields. But that's okay. Romulans are famously forgiving, right?
We have to stop her!
You can't fly a ship by yourself, Mariner, and that thing can shut you down.
I know this looks bad, but wouldn't you like to embarrass Starfleet with a show of strength? We're here against orders. Helping us will make them look weak.
That does sound enticing.
Oh, come on.
Trinar shield. Just destroy it.
No can do, 10-2.
Tendy 2.
We need a ship with enough firepower to punch a hole. We'll just be borrowing it, really. We'll give it right back.
It's a warship? I'm overseeing the merger of two massive criminal enterprises. I can't collude with the Federation.
Collude.
We thank you for your consideration. We'll have to find another...
I demand barter by combat!
Oh, the mistress of the winter constellation.
All right, GD, let's hope this old tub can make it to warp.
Collision.
Proximity alert.
The shield. It is real.
Shields at 90%.
My Trinar shield works both ways. It keeps ships out and in.
Okay, great.
Why don't you just dock at the station? If you really don't want to join me, I'll send you on your way.
That's not true. Oh, good. Great shots. Wow, I'm super duper tense. I don't like where this is going.
Each side selects a warrior. If yours defeats mine, I'll lend you a battleship. But if you lose, your captain will surrender the Cerritos to me.
Jack. Pick Jack.
The Cerritos champion will be...
Oh, you like that?
Iglimo.
What?
What? What?
Hang on, GD. This is gonna be rough.
It's like her Wilson. GD. I'm scared that she's going to try to destroy it and destroy herself to keep the Genesis device away from them.
The human has target lock.
Human!
Here, let's cool it vapor.
Well, I thought they were going to explode. I thought they were going to crash. Hide, yeah. You got to be careful. If Locarno's ship gets you, he can shut you down. Miggly Moo.
She's going to kill him.
Dr. Miggly Moo, fluff you're down. Fluff you're down.
It's embarrassing.
Just fluff it.
Fluff, you're down.
Wait, what's happening?
I used to train with Beth. She has really bad
Beth.
allergies.
Get the fuck out of here.
The champion of barter by combat is Beth.
Wait a minute. I thought Beth was knocked out. Or did she fall on him?
A deal's a deal, but you must know Locarno was only out for himself. He's attacked your kind as well.
Oh, I'll deal with him in my own time.
This is a terrible idea then.
Wait! I have something you want more than the Cerritos.
No, Tendy. No, 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 no.
Me.
Huh? Tendy, what are you doing?
Look, you've wanted the mistress of the Winter Constellations back working for the family for years. If you give us a battleship, I'll come back.
No, 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 no.
Having you back at my side would mean more than some measly support ship.
The Cerritos is not measly. She is the gem of the California. Andy, shut up.
She is a support ship, though.
An Orion destroyer for your rescue, but I expect you to return here even if you fail to save your friend.
We won't.
Erica is being a bit of an asshole in this.
I think I gotta set you off somewhere before anyone catches up. Sorry, buddy. Computer, are there any lifeless planets in this system?
Detrion 9 is incapable of supporting life.
Detrion 9. Yep, I knew it. I knew those Romulans were cloaked up.
I said I would lend you the retribution. We never discussed its condition.
But this isn't fair!
No, but it is extremely Orion.
Okay, sure. Then I break my...
I've got my best team working on it.
We could skip life support, maybe reroute the shields.
We need to disassemble the warp drive, not to mention the conduit.
Limit.
We need to get on the same page.
I believe I can facilitate that.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Are you gonna do a mind meld?
Something less invasive.
Twain.
I do declare, we've settled upon a compromise.
Why does this work?
Illogical tactics can sometimes lead to...
Why does this work?
What the hell is that?
A level 7 ion storm.
Oh my god.
Alternate heading or damage will occur.
Nope, they're gonna be right behind you. Yep.
Romulans?
I love the design. You all said that was the original design of the Romulans.
Never thought I'd seen Romulans taking orders from a human.
We do not take orders. Locarno's given us the freedom to scheme at our leisure.
Scheme at our leisure.
He is a pawn in our game of 12-dimensional chess.
That's right, Mariner.
He's gonna shut you down.
It may be hard for you to believe, but we are a coalition of equals. One that has you surrounded.
Oh no.
That storm is only getting worse. Power down engines and we can start over without...
Hey, stop!
She's going in.
We can still profit without a Genesis bomb.
We need to be powerful, you cowards! I'll do it myself!
Go in and get him there, Nick. Music from Wrath of Khan. Oh, yeah. The Mutara Nebula. Oh, I got chills when they played the music.
Hand over the device before we get ripped apart.
Ooh, he is obsessed with you, girl.
I've read your file. I hate command structure, just like you.
No.
What about Cito? She died for no reason.
She gave her life for what she believed in. You can't take that from her.
I thought you were smarter than everyone else.
Hey, Starfleet's not perfect. They mess up all the time.
Yeah.
And what about Josh?
That wasn't my fault. If my stupid professors had just let us practice.
Josh died because of your ego.
Yep.
This is it, people. We only get one shot. Are you ready, acting captain?
I've got this, but I want you back to take command when you're done.
Really good captain voice.
Thank you.
Cerritos, I ordered you to... Hey, who the hell are you?
Acting Captain Bradward Boimler, sir.
Oh my god.
Around right now.
Yes, sir. But first I have to rescue my friend.
You can't get through that shield.
I'm not. Captain Freeman is.
What?
Hell, take us to full impulse. I need everything we've got.
Oh my god. Oh, they're playing the music from Wrath.
Structural integrity is failing, sir.
Maximum impulse. The captain's counting on us. Wait for it. Now!
Oh! F your destroyer. Yeah, I lost the bet. Go Beckett.
Before it closes.
Go Beckett.
Wow, I've never actually seen someone use the captain's yet.
I do declare.
You said the shield was impenetrable.
I didn't know they were going to throw a battleship at it.
This is a disaster.
Oh, that was the captain's yacht. Oh shit. I thought that was Beckett escaping.
Go ahead and run. I don't need any of you.
All right, Nick.
Nowhere else to hide, Lieutenant.
It's gonna shut you down.
Looks like I gotta take you off the field right here.
Explosive terraformation will initiate in 5 minutes.
Get away from my Genesis device!
It's too late, Nick.
How did he beam in that ion storm?
I graduated top of my class. You think I don't know how to disarm a bomb?
You didn't graduate shit.
First off, you didn't graduate. That thing is too dangerous for anyone.
I could have been the best pilot in Starfleet. My perfect life was taken from me, and now?
You took it from yourself, buddy.
Not moving, Nick.
Then you're a fool.
Oh, he did shoot.
Nick, please, come with us.
Mirror up with sails unfurled.
We're out of time.
Please, Nick.
Full impulse, now.
Go, 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 go.
Ah! Next time, set a shorter timer.
To deactivate detonation, please insert 2 bars of platinum.
They put a paywall on a bomb? Stupid Ferengi.
It's gonna suck in everything, all the matter. Wow. They did the rings too. Oh man, I have seen Rathacon numerous times. That's the first thing I ever saw of Star Trek. Making up for it now.
I should have you charged with insubordination, but
You're gonna get a promotion. This is where she goes.
everyone at command is pleased with your work.
Thank you, Admiral. And if I may ask, what happened to the alien officers who allied with Locarno?
Since there were no shots fired, Starfleet avoided repercussions.
Nice.
Is it stable?
Seems so. We're calling it Locarno, because his atoms were included in the transmogrification of the nebula. There is one last piece of business regarding your lieutenant.
Mariner!
Yeah.
Didn't survive a Genesis explosion just so I could get hugged to death.
We're just really happy you're back.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Boims. I feel like I really am.
Good job, Captain Boimler.
I've been kind of all over the place the past few months. I was processing some heavy stuff and taking it out on everyone else.
There's a bombshell coming.
Yeah, I think I have a handle on it now. You know, I might even try not self-sabotaging for once. I'll see how that goes.
Let's see how that goes.
Okay, everybody shut up, me included. Let's get drunk.
Oh, thank God. There you are.
There you are.
Levick. Rutherford.
Levick.
Boims, I think this is really working for you. This is a good look. You should tell my mom you want captain's lessons.
Really? You think she'd do that?
Nice.
Who was that?
My former commander, Captain Sokol.
What? But what if he wanted you to return to the Vulcan fleet?
I prefer to focus my time on becoming your science bestie.
Oh,
Don't you say that if you don't mean it!
Why would I say anything I do not mean?
why do I say anything I do not mean?
Oh man, this is the best. Everything's working out.
No, no, no.
Okay, fine.
Lower decks! Lower decks!
No.
Lieutenant, you've been requested to return to Orion. Your sister sent a ship.
Already?
Derica doesn't waste any time.
No, but
In the spirit of being a pirate, perhaps you should simply refuse to go.
that's what I'm saying.
This can't be it, right? I mean, who's gonna help me with the plasma conduits?
Keep them clear of any buildup while I'm gone, okay?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Oh, come on now. I blame Erica for all this. Being an Orion.
Something to do with repairs to the warp manifold.
Hey, that's Rutherford stuff. You'll have fun.
Yeah, can't go wrong with a warp manifold.
Yeah. Yeah, Rutherford, I know, buddy. What's the bombshell? I mean, that's a big one, but with... Oh, great shot.
You've got this.
Assume command. All right, my friends. We just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks, the Season 4 finale, Episode 10, Old Friends, New Planets. And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, my friends, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks, the Season 4 finale, Episode 10, Old Friends, New Planets. I thought this was a pretty good resolution to the season-long arc or whatever that we would have. I have a couple questions, and I understand, like, the approach, that Nick used to kind of, subvert a couple of these ships and get them onto his side. I question whether or not it could have actually worked, because Nick didn't seem like the most persuasive leader, or not even leader, like recruiter. Like, I'm not sure his pitch catches. Like, I don't see, like, I see Ferengi wanting profit and kind of being greedy. I'm not sure that Nick is charismatic enough to have kind of like looped in all of these different people, like the Romulans. I understand that the Romulans and their scheming and things like that, but in the experience I've had with Romulans, especially like in the original series, I just don't see them taking the orders, taking order suggestions or following the idea presented to them by a human, just because of, I love the Romulans as bad guys because I hate them, because they're very driven. They're very kind of, race centric. You know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I know enough about the Romulans to get myself into trouble, but I know that there's like the Remans, who are like the kind of the secondary race aboard, or like on Romulus. And, so, they're always, they are the beginning and middle and end of any decision, any the best races, who's the strongest culture, I just don't see the Romulans being like, this human's got a great idea. I just don't see that. I have problems with that part, and that's cool and all, that's the thing. Like, I don't see like the Klingons being in a group with the Romulans, being in a group with the Binars, being in a group with the Ferengi, being in a group, you know what I mean? I don't see all of these. I know they're non-Federation worlds, but they're non-Federation for a reason. They don't want to work with other people. They have the Klingon Empire. They have the Romulan Star Empire. They're not a conglomeration of like multiracial, multi-species, multicultural, unions. They're not, that's not their thing. And so I'm just curious. I understand that, they needed to have some type of, resolution to this. And I understand that, going after the subordinates and, I don't know how the Binars work, but knowing that like the Klingons kind of do that type of thing, you kill your commander and take over. I'm not sure how much of it is done, in like the air quote, modern day Lower Decks, modern day Klingon Empire. Romulans, yes, same thing, kill your superior, advance, scheme, all that stuff. But again, I just don't see how that in and of itself would make the entire crew of those ships like, okay, cool, we're working for a human now, or working with a human now, or working with the Romulans. That's a tough sell for me. And again, my knowledge is very limited of the Star Trek universe, but, I've seen, season 1, a lot of season 2 of the original series. I've seen enough of I've seen all the movies, and I've seen enough of like The Next Generation to know that I question that. I really do. I question whether or not, like, especially the Romulans, that the Romulans and the Klingons, the Romulans and the Klingons would agree, ship-wide, agree to do this. Because, again, I'm going off in the weeds here, but let's run through the thing. The Romulans, use that to subvert, take over their captain. Their captain gets beamed down to the planet. Same thing with the Orions. The Orions are very like secular too. They're very, kind of cordoned off. The first time we visited Orion, the planet was in Lower Decks. So it's not like, it's not an open world. It's not, there's a lot of things kind of going on there that they don't want outsiders to know, So, they're very isolationist. I think all of that goes for all of like Romulus the Romulans, the Klingons and the Orions are very isolationist. They don't like people on planet or knowing anything more about them. So let's walk through this. Let's say the Romulan craft, since that's the one I probably have the most problems with. They had the scheming going on by the subordinates. They took over the command crew. Command crew gets sent to the planet, and they take over the ship. Are you telling me that all of the other Romulans on that ship, who are also, I know they go out of their way in Lower Decks to kind of augment stuff like this, but they'd also be scheming too? they can't all have gone along with the idea that we are working in a conglomeration with all of these different species. I just don't see it happening. I have a problem with that part. Could select Romulans agree to be? Absolutely. An entire ship, that's where I draw the line. I just don't see an entire ship willingly going along with that. Okay, and the other thing that I had a question about, I don't like the way, how do I put this? I don't like the way that they presented to Erica. Where is she an Orion? Yes. Is this kind of like, you know, what's in it for me? What's the profit? You know, the pirate kind of, you know, I'm going to make you a bargain, but it's a pirate bargain. So it's shitty on my end and you've got to, you know, follow through on your end. Unless Tendi, our Tendi, has some type of plan in place to kind of make sure that, you know, she kind of settles this Orion thing once and for all, like family obligation thing once and for all. I'm going to leave a pin in that for why she didn't just say, you know, screw to Erica. She lied to me. I don't have to follow through on my end. Because to me, that seems like the Orion thing to do. You know, Erica was very proud of herself. I didn't tell you what condition it would be in. And, you know, Tendi could have been like, well, I didn't tell you when I would show up. You know what I mean? After we return the ship to you, as soon as we return that destroyer to you, I'll make sure I'm there. That's what the Orion kind of, you know, if she wanted to like really wow her with a, you know, a pirate contract, you know, as soon as that destroyed ship makes its way back to you, I will make sure I am right. I'm on it, you know, when it gets there. That's what I thought they were going to kind of do, but, you know, they didn't. And so I don't know. We had that whole thing with Erica and the wedding and stuff, and it seemed like there was a more healthy resolution to their relationship than what we were presented with here. You know, and especially we didn't see the parents there. I'm not sure why, you know, Erica was even in charge, because to my understanding, the mistress of the winter constellations isn't the one. She's like an assassin, right? She's a prime. So it's not like she's in charge. She's just like the weapon. She's like the threat level that, you know, you kind of send out. Like she's like the one that actually does the work and gets things done, but she doesn't give the orders. That's the way I understood it. So I'm kind of confused as to why Erica and not Tendi's parents were making the calls here. And I think Tendi's mom specifically, what's his name? What's her dad's name? Bart. You know, that's the thing. I'm not sure why that was kind of left, you know, it's almost like an animosity was still, an animosity that we believed to be resolved was rekindled for that conversation. I didn't like that a whole lot. But again, there might be something that Tendi is doing to work this out. Like she seemed very confident at the end, you know, you've got this. So I think maybe she has a different play, you know, for how this is going to be presented. And she kind of put herself in the position knowing that this was her route to kind of do something that she's like, not hatch a plot or something, but to, you know, kind of settle this once and for all with her stuff on Orion. I sort of think she's got a plan in place for that. Seeing Brad in the chair was fantastic. You know, was it realistic? No, because I mean, I don't think the entire command crew would have, you know, been over on the captain's yacht. But at the same time, I understand why Carol did bring the command crew over, because those are her closest. They're kind of like, you know, her honor guard, so to speak. They were the ones that I'm sure were like, hey, we're doing this no matter what, you know, we're with you to the end type of stuff. So they left, you know, Boimler in charge knowing, I mean, I can see it though. I can see where Boimler could, you know, be acting captain because of his relationship with, you know, Beckett and whatever. I'm okay. I just love seeing him in the chair. I just think that was absolutely great. The Cerritos made it out without getting at least too messed up. And that's one. I think that's the first season finale where the Cerritos hasn't been in like need of dry dock, you know, needs like a nacelle, needs towed somewhere, you know, doesn't have its armor on, you know, like the Cerritos has been absolutely destroyed at the end of each season. She escaped this time. Thank God. You know, and again, I like the idea too, and I can see that the writers, here's the little jab that the writers kind of slipped the jab in that I liked a whole bunch. And here's the slip. You know, I know that there is conversations. A lot of people I share a similar feeling to a lot of people in that I'm not a huge fan of ship-to-ship combat, especially in Star Trek. I like it. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't like it ad nauseum. I don't like you know, a ton of it. I don't want to see that type of stuff. This isn't the show. My show, I'm very similar to the way Beckett described it when she was talking about Silco, when she said, you know, hey, you know, this is about exploration and discovery. That's what I love. And I've said that before. I love watching these expert, Starfleet officers do what they do best and watch them cook, watch Billups do the stuff with the engineering and Rutherford come up with some amazing thing, or even Levick, in engineering, some like really great ideas, and watch Tendi cook with science, and watch, Beckett and T'Lyn and everybody do just be awesome, at what they're awesome at. And I love seeing stuff like that. I love it. But I know that there's a lot of people out there too that don't like combat, because I've, in reading comments from you all and kind of seeing things as I do like Q&A for the original series, a lot of people aren't huge fans of space combat. And I saw one time where somebody made a comment or wrote an article about why does every season of Lower Decks end with space combat or some type of, peril or the fighting of some type. And I think that in this one, they made a point to have that type of like kind of ship to ship confrontation. And we did have, fire being delivered to Beckett's craft as she was escaping. So it's not completely without this, but I think that line that they put in there where the Admiral said, luckily no shots were fired. So it's, we were able to kind of smooth things over a little bit. I think that's the jab slip the writers put in there, like, we didn't get into a fight this time. Like, yes, was there ship to ship? Yes, but it didn't involve the Cerritos. It didn't involve, so that was their little like, no fighting. So I thought when I heard that, I kind of thought that, but whether it's true or not, that's a whole other thing. I like the position that they left everybody in. I like how, we had a definitive T'Lyn kind of understanding that she probably could get back with the Vulcan fleet and everything, easily enough now that the resolution of this kind of conflict was out there. But I like that she chose to stay because she knows that this is best for her. At this point anyway, I believe that she knows that I think that it's T'Lyn, so you can't say that she feels a certain way, but I think that logically speaking, she's seen the most improvement in herself, whether it be her psyche or her delivery or her work or her relationships with others. She's seen the improvement that being aboard the Cerritos has given her. She's also, again, has to be more of a feeling of acceptance for T'Lyn being on the Cerritos, where it's not the very regimented, strictly Vulcan, lifestyle and Vulcan kind of methodology to everything that she experienced with the Vulcan craft, because she's like the Beckett of the Vulcans, where she's just chaotic, in their mind, chaotic, but it works so well aboard the Cerritos. And I believe that she's in many ways becoming more Vulcan on the Cerritos than she would have been allowed to be or even wanted to be on her ship, back on her original craft. So her journey is incredibly neat. I think T'Lyn is our exploration for season 5. I mean, that's not a long shot because we've had resolution with just about everybody else. I think T'Lyn is season 5. I'm sort of questioning, I would like a definitive statement from the writers, because I know that whenever I was doing some research, like after season 1, and I was only looking at like season 1 stuff after I finished, they said they had a specific story to tell. They never said like, hey, we've got 5 seasons or hey, we've got 10 seasons or something. They said they had a specific story to tell, and it was all basically storyboarded out. They had like things that they wanted to flesh out, and thus creating separate episodes and like plot points they needed to drop in certain areas. So my long-winded way of saying, I wonder if they really need a season 6. I know I need a season 6. I know a lot of you need a season 6 and maybe a season 7. But I said it before a while ago, if they had originally said, or the creatives had thought to themselves, 50 episodes will probably do it. 50 episodes, if we storyboard this right, it'll be a tight story and we can get through it. Now, I've heard, hints like, oh no, we want to keep going. I'm starting to think that if they had been given enough forewarning because of the animation, associated with season 4, if they had been given enough warning, season 5 might actually be able to wrap this up. Do I want it to wrap it up? Do I think they could go for a season 6 and even a season 7? 100%. I don't think that their story is going to suffer if they decided, hey, we've got another arc that we could put on here. I now think that maybe with the resolution of T'Lyn in season 5, if that's what they explore, they could really wrap it up in season 5. However, and here's my question, and here's my thing with all of that. I I don't want a rushed ending. I don't want them to have been kind of given the word halfway through the generation of season 5 that they were going to end, and they only got like maybe 4 episodes to kind of pivot and try to, wrap up the series. I don't want that at all. If they come out and say, no, this is legitimately a really good ending. We had plenty of time to plan for it. Everything's good. Then I'm more than satisfied with that. If they say, no, we need more time, obviously I want as much as they feel they are willing to do up to the standards that they've set for themselves. What I want, though, is no matter how they do it, end it in season 5, end it in a later season, I need to see the resolution of Tendi saying goodbye to Rutherford, of Beckett saying goodbye to Boimler, of all the lower deckers saying goodbye to everybody, because that is the way this story ends. It's always good, was always going to be that. The story ends when these friends, this family has to split up, and they're going to. There's no doubt they're not all going to another ship. They're not all going to be binar captains and first officers aboard the same. They're going to get split up. Chief Engineer Rutherford, Chief Science Officer Tendi, command track for everybody else. T'Lyn maybe going back to the Vulcans at some point. They're going to be split up. They're going to go their separate ways. If the writers can tell me that they have that, they know that, and that they have planned for it in season 5, and that they feel it's a good ending, I can't be anything else but happy about that. If they say they need a season 6 to do just that, then by God, we need to save Lower Decks so they can finish the tale. Oh, friends, what an amazing trip it has been. It is now time for the long wait until season 5. But just so you all know, Prodigy, Star Trek Prodigy will begin next week in this time slot. And then as soon as season 5 hits, we will resume our journey aboard the Cerritos, whether it be for a season 5 and that's it, or more stories in the future with this creative team telling us that they do indeed have tales to tell aboard both the Cerritos and points beyond. But friends, that's all from here. And so it's time to say goodbye for a long wait aboard the USS Cerritos. So where should we say goodbye from? Well, we should say goodbye from the bar, of course, because that's where we always chant Lower Decks. That's where we see all of our friends. And now Tendi has been taken. But I think there's a resolution in store for our fantastic and vibrant science officer. But I can't wait to rejoin you all and jump back into this world. So friends, if we don't see each other until then, take care of yourselves. Enjoy a nice drink, a yard of whatever green glowing stuff that suits your taste buds, because this has been a fantastic journey, and I love each and every one of you. It means the world to me. So until we ride the stars again, my friends, Vulcan roll. And by God, I'll see you.